Number 7, I'm dealing with a rational inequality. So I have a numerator and a denominator. I still want to factor it though. So if you factor an x out of the top, that will leave you with an x minus 1, and I still have the x plus 3 here. So if you were finding your cutoff points, the cutoff points again are where it's, so the cutoff points are where it's equal to 0 or undefined. So this would be 0 at x is equal to 0, and x is equal to 1. This would be undefined at x is equal to negative 3, because negative 3 would make my denominator 0, but we can't have the denominator be equal to 0. So on my cutoff points, I'm going to have 0 and 1, and the negative 3 I'm going to put in a different color just because it's an undefined cutoff point, which we need to be careful about. So we do need to type the original equation into our y1. Make sure to put parentheses around your numerator and your denominator, and then type this into y1. And then if you look at your cutoff points, you do get 0 and 0 and then an error. So that is good because that means it's an undefined cutoff point and it should register as an error. Okay, so then I need to pick my cutoff points. You'll notice here that I picked negative 4, negative 2, 0.5, and 2. And I get a negative, positive, negative, positive. So negative, positive, negative, positive. Now, the regions that I want, because of this sign, this means negative and equal to 0. So I do want these regions and where it's equal to 0. So the 0, 1, that's going to be 0 to 1 with brackets. The negative infinity to negative 3, negative infinity is going to have parentheses because infinity can never have brackets. The negative 3 is also going to have parentheses because it's not equal to 0 here. It is undefined here. So this is very tricky. This is our final answer. But just as a note, undefined cutoff points can never have brackets, because we can actually never reach them because they are undefined. If you look at it, it was an error here. So even though it's a less than or equal to, that means we want to include the normal cutoff points with brackets. But if it's an undefined cutoff point, we can never include it. We always have to put a parentheses around that.